Welcome to PlayPianoToday.com. In this lesson, combining slash chords and straddles to make major 9 chords. Today we're going to combine a couple different techniques from previous lessons to create something totally new. Specifically, we'll use the techniques of slash chords and straddles, both from previous lessons, to create lush, delicious major 9 voicings up and down the keyboard. This is so much fun. Let's check it out. Major 7 chords are really clean sounding chords. As opposed to dominant 7 chords, which are used in the blues. Those chords are a little more gritty, but major 7 chords, they impart such a sweet sound, like something you might want to hear in the morning. If you woke up to an alarm clock that was full of dominant 7 chords, you might hit somebody. But major 7 chords would wake you up gently. And in the right circumstances, again, they are fantastic chords to just impart a real open sound. Let's take a closer look at the major 7 chord. Just for review, let's take a look at a major 7 chord in the classic closed position that you'll see in most textbooks. There's D major 7, D, F sharp, A, and C sharp. Now I'm going to assume that you've already gone through the original course titled Pattern, Piano, and Keyboard, as found at PlayPianoToday.com. In that course, one of the things you'll learn is how to construct every conceivable type of 7th chord, including the major 7 chord we're looking at today. Remember, in this lesson, we're going to apply 2 different techniques from previous lessons to this major 7 chord, the slash chord technique and then the straddle technique. First, let's take a look at the slash chord technique as applied to the D major 7 chord. To transform a D major 7 chord into its slash chord equivalent, the rule's real simple. You simply play the root with your left hand, then count up a 5th, and build a major triad, or A major. All of a sudden, instead of D major 7, you have something more than you started with. You actually have D major 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That E is thrown in there, but you didn't have to think about that. You simply played the root with your left hand, and then mentally you counted up 5 notes in the scale of D, which is really important, and you build a major triad. All of a sudden you have a nice slash chord, A over D. In fact, that's how it's written, A slash D. Now, just a second ago I said, kind of under my breath, in the scale of D. You've got to count up. When you count up 5 notes, you can't just count any 5 notes. You can't say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are some absolutes in this world, and one of them is when you're building slash chords, you've got to count up 5 notes in the scale of the root. Which begs the question, how do you know what are the first 5 notes of any scale? Well, I'm so glad you asked. There's a great course that'll answer that question at PlayPianoToday.com. The course is called Pattern, Piano, and Keyboard. One of the primary things we go through in the first 20 minutes is the pattern that is based on those first 5 notes of any scale. And from that, you can build any major or minor triad, and then you can get into music right away. Now, let me give you another example of another major 7 transformed into its slash chord equivalent.